My story is really is an odd one.
Colonel Richard Wedan has finished his final flight as a fighter pilot in the United States Air Force, a career that might never have happened.
I almost decided to take a career as a professional musician. When I was in college, I was majoring in business management at one school, and then I was on scholarship across town to play jazz music as well. And it was sort of a fork in the road moment for me about my sophomore year, and I sold my drums and never played again.
Well, mostly. But after graduating college with a degree in business management, Rick managed 2 restaurants while aspiring to be a restaurant owner.
So it turns out that the restaurant that I'm working for is owned by 3 part-time F-4 pilots that worked at the Duluth Air National Guard base. And so they came in one day in these funny outfits, one a lot like this. And I said, what's with the goofy jumpsuit? And they said, well, we're fighter pilots up at the base. Don't know what a fighter pilot is, don't know what the base is.
And by this chance encounter, Rick's interest was piqued, and remained so until one late night while watching TV.
At the end of every programming day, they used to play the national anthem. And it was like the sign-off for the network, and it occurred at 12:31 in the morning. And the sign-off with this national anthem going was usually associated with airplanes flying by the screen in slow motion.
Airplanes like the F-15 and F-16 fighter jets.
And I remember sitting there watching the television going, that is exactly what I'm going to do. And I woke up my wife and I said, I think I want to be a Air Force fighter pilot. And she thought I was crazy. She, go to bed and wake up the next morning. I said, hey, what do you think of my new decision? She goes, you were serious? So anyway, that was the exact moment when I made the decision that this was the path that I was going to go. A year later, I'm missing my 1-year wedding anniversary because I'm at Lackland Air Force Base going through basic military training.
27 years later, his passion has led him to become the commander of the 142nd Fighter Wing in Portland, Oregon.
I'm a pretty passionate person in everything that I do. The last 4 to 5 years of my career really hasn't been about the flying anymore. It really turns more, it becomes more about the people and the leadership aspect of the job. I still love to fly, don't get me wrong, but I'm more passionate about the things surrounding the flying, I guess, at this point in my career than I am about the flying itself.
While his odd path to leadership may be full of awe, Rick sees it differently.
I mean, sure, I spend the opportunity looking out the window and saying wow to the work that the 1,100 men and women that work here do, right? I say wow when I see the Aerospace Control Alert Unit of the Year getting placed on the shelf that they earned. I say wow when I watch some of the things that are happening infrastructure-wise outside. I say wow when I hear of another group of folks that went down to the Shriners Hospital and spent some time with some kids, or somebody that volunteered their weekend to go do something on behalf of the military. But there's no time for any personal wows here. It's certainly I spend my time in awe of the things that the folks around here are doing.
Rick is now retiring from the Oregon Air National Guard. From drummer to restaurant manager to commanding thousands of airmen, and at the same time being a husband and father.
Hi guys, I just wanted to send you a quick little video to congratulate you on your retirement from the Air Force. This is about my 10th take at this video. I can happily say that the reason that I'm in Sweden right now, continuing on with my volleyball career, is because of you and all of your love and support. You're an amazing father, and the best father that any daughter could ever ask for, and I'm so proud of you. I miss you so much.
But no one has gotten to see the show like his mom.
I was not a great kid. She had her hands full with me. So, I think she was pretty amazed that I graduated from high school. I think she was pretty amazed that I graduated from college. I think she spent the last 27 years scared to death that I was flying airplanes. But I think perhaps at the end of the day, she's the one that's the most surprised. I don't know if I'll say proud, but surprised that I got to this particular point in in my life.
You stuck with me, and you shouldn't have many, many times. So I want you to have these as a small little token of my thanks, all right?
And now, Rick gets to watch a new show starring his son Steven, Air Force Academy graduate and pilot.
The opportunity for me to have my last flight in the jet with him there in the back seat of one of the other airplanes is really something that he and I are looking forward to.
As for Rick's life after retirement,
I've been asked by the Portland Chief of Police, Mike Reese, who just retired. He's in a band called The Usual Suspects. It's a blues band in downtown Portland. At his retirement a few weeks ago, he asked me if I wanted to play drums. So I have some decisions to make as to whether I'm going to try to pick up a new hobby here in retirement or not. I don't know.
or maybe chance will lead him again.
Yeah, right? I'll find the next inspirational thing on TV, perhaps.
For the 142nd Fighter Wing Public Affairs, I'm Staff Sergeant Stephen Conklin.